Is this the best shop vac ever made? Maybe, maybe not. I don't think so. But hey, I'm cheap and it isn't that expensive. And the performance is really good. So here we are. I've had it for a few years. I'm very impressed. I like it a lot. And I will tell you all the reasons why I like it and how my setup differs from a lot of others and why it's the best, or at least the best I can afford. Here goes. So we have the exhaust all the way out here. Typically you just get this diffuser, it's on the back, but then if you're in a dusty environment like that room, sanding drywall and stuff, you don't want to push dust all around. You want it to be fairly stagnant. You don't want air movement. So you get your 10-foot hose directed out of the room. The exhaust is pushing through this sponge essentially, and hopefully dust doesn't build up like this. If you get your sponge wet in the morning, typically that'll last a while. It does dry out fairly fast, but that will soak up a lot of this fine dust, but it will clog up faster. So keep that in mind. I would definitely recommend wetting that. Just take a little spray bottle and just wet even just the outside. You don't even have to take the coupler off. You have to buy the coupler separately to run the hose, but this, very, very important. Get that exhaust out of the room. So next, I guess I should have started with why rigid. Rigid because it's a Home Depot product and they warranty them. Any corded, for now, any corded rigid tools, you just take it in and you say, ooga booga, ooga booga, oh, broken. And they look at you and they say, ooga, ooga booga, ooga ooga, ooga booga. And they say, go get another one. So you get another one. Even if this is the old model and they don't have this anymore, you say, ooga booga, this same, but different. Then they say, good. And no paperwork. It's great. You just get a new vacuum. Has to be broken though, obviously. There are things to look out for on these. For a period of time, I don't know if they're still doing it, but they had this latch, this hatch, this trap door here. So you could like easily put stuff in there like a garbage can. Boom, wrong, dumb, stupid. You want a very, oh, hit my remote. You want a very sealed, latchable top with a seal. Very, very important. This trap door thing is just friction, or friction, gravity. So that when you turn your vacuum on, I think the idea is that, oh, it'll just pull it down and seal it. No, that's dumb. You need clips. So rigid, if you're watching this, clips. No silly trapdoors. We have 5-gallon buckets for garbages. We don't need a little, oh, got something, oh, got to clear something out. No, no. Just take the lid off. That's a dumb feature. Okay? Okay, cool. Positivity. Back on track. So, this bag is quite full. A lot of that's air, but yeah, quite full. The performance is much better with an empty bag and a short hose. I'll get into that later. So, warranty, great. It is a Home Depot product, so it's cheap. You can return it if it breaks. I mean, my Makita tools, they're great. I love them. But hey, I tell you what, when that breaks, most of the time, it's more expensive to repair it than it is to buy a new one, which is a huge bummer. And the warranty is not that great from what I've experienced. But hey, I still buy Makita. Moving on. The shortest section of hose on the intake, higher performance. When you start running a long hose like this, that's a standard 10, maybe 6, I don't know. Performance decreases, but hey, sometimes you just got to deal with it. This is the dust cyclone separator. I don't know, another Home Depot thing. It's more expensive than I would have liked. I think I spent $50 for it, which I would not spend that much money again, but it does collect quite a bit of dust. It collects finer particles than you would imagine. Obviously, this is intake portion. It spins around and then shoots down so that it doesn't just suck right up into your vacuum. That saves you money on vacuum bags, but it also saves you money on vacuum bags. I don't know. I did this once before and the video was 15 minutes long and I just wanted to redo it. So I think I had some other points then. This latch isn't the best. I am going to get an Amazon version that's like bigger, has a bigger bin, and it has fancier. It's got like a second dust collector. I think it's going to collect more fine dust, which I would really like. I would like to be able to just run a filter, no bag, and then the cyclone. We'll see how that works. That will decrease the performance. I'm hoping it doesn't decrease it that much, but I'm going to spend the $90 so you don't have to. Or maybe you don't have to buy this thing. So it collects quite a bit of fine dust. I mean, come on, man. That's really fine dust. And if I dug around there, it would just, I mean, you'd see how fine. Yeah, look at that. Just look at it. Just look at it. That's some fine dust, brother. So, makes cleanup easier. Saves you money on bags. The seal is not very good. So, when you kick this thing on, obviously, that's not as big of an issue because it just, I mean, it'll fold this thing in. It folds in the side of the bucket a little bit, but it'll pull this in as well. So the seal isn't that big of a deal, but it is sloppy. I used to run a gasket on this. It was too much of a pain. It would always get hung up and spun around, and you know, I taped this. That was too much of a hassle. What I ended up doing is just running a strap right around here. It stays put and it works pretty well. Standard, what is this? Yeah, that's probably like a 6-foot hose. The newest feature that I've added to this setup is this standard outlet remote. Now, it's real slick. You just keep this in your back pocket, and if you're in, like upstairs in my previous video, you saw the plastic room. So if there's plastic walls all throughout here, you just keep this in your back pocket, and you can just do that. Or you want to see peak male performance, look at this. Come on. There we go. That is peak male performance. Okay, so now I'll show you how this performs. This will suck the side of the back or bucket in. You can get metal buckets on Amazon. I think you can get 3 for $50. I know a lot of people will run this or similar cyclone dust separators with the metal bucket for this reason. I'm considering going that route, especially if the $90 cyclone big setup thing decreases performance too much. But you'll see here. Might not quite be able to see, but it does pull the sides of the bucket in when you're running a shorter hose, or your bag isn't as full. It can completely taco that bucket, which obviously causes issues. So there are probably things I'm forgetting, but I'm a big fan of the remote cyclone and exhaust setup that you could do on any vacuum. The rigid vacuum just has the CFM and air wattage to be able to accommodate this setup, because once you start doing things like this, longer hose, cyclone, you're robbing CFM from the vacuum. So you need to basically start with a hot rod and go from there. Tell me what you think and how your setup is better. If you've used that, really any cyclone dust separator that hasn't robbed your performance, please let me know. I do know if you talk to an HVAC guy, they deal with engineering these systems where they go from like 4-inch to 3-inch to 2-inch the further they go out. So I have considered reducing somehow at some point. Maybe I run like a hose this long off here and then reducing from that 2-inch or 2.5, whatever it is, to 2 or 1.5. I don't know. We'll see.